Welcome to Co-Pilot Podcasts. From fashion empire to White House corridors, one woman's journey has captivated America's attention. Today, we're diving into the fascinating evolution of Ivanka Trump, entrepreneur, advisor, and political force.
And what a journey it's been. From the boardroom to the West Wing, Ivanka's transformation has been nothing short of remarkable.
Let's start with her early years. Born in Manhattan in 1981, Ivanka had quite the privileged upbringing, didn't she?
Absolutely. She attended the elite Chapin School before transferring to Choate Rosemary Hall, and then went on to the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School, graduating with an economics degree in 2004.
That's quite the educational pedigree. How did she transition into the business world?
Well, she quickly made her mark as Executive Vice President of Development and Acquisitions at the Trump Organization, handling major real estate ventures.
But she didn't stop there, did she? She launched her own brand, too.
That's right. In 2014, she launched Ivanka Trump Fine Jewelry, followed by a clothing and accessories brand that became quite popular among working women.
Though that venture eventually came to an end, right?
Yes, she shut down the fashion label in 2018 to focus on her work in Washington, D.C. The brand had faced criticism over supply chain practices and conflicts of interests.
Speaking of Washington, her transition to politics was quite unexpected for many people.
It was. She became an unofficial advisor in her father's administration in January 2017, and by March, she was an official employee.
That must have raised some eyebrows in Washington.
It certainly did. There were immediate ethics concerns, especially since she continued to retain ownership of her businesses while serving in the White House.
And there was that email controversy too, wasn't there?
Yes, in November 2018, it was revealed she had used her personal email for White House business, which violated federal records rules.
That must have been particularly awkward given her father's criticism of Hillary Clinton for similar issues.
Her team defended it by saying it was during the transition period and that all emails were preserved for record keeping.
Let's talk about her personal life. Her marriage to Jared Kushner is quite interesting.
They were introduced by mutual friends in 2007, initially for business purposes, but it quickly turned romantic, and they married in 2009.
And she made a significant personal change for that marriage, didn't she?
Yes, she converted to Judaism before marrying Kushner. They now follow Orthodox Jewish traditions and have 3 children together.
Now, she's been quite clear about not wanting to be involved in her father's second term. Why is that?
In her own words, she loves policy and impact, but hates politics. She recently said there's a darkness to that world that she doesn't want to welcome into hers.
That's quite a candid admission from someone who is so deeply involved in the administration.
She's been very clear that her priority now is her young children and creating a private life with her family.
But she hasn't completely stepped away from public life, has she?
No, she's actually co-founded Planet Harvest, a company focused on reducing food waste and helping farmers find uses for imperfect produce.
Though that venture hasn't been without controversy either.
Right, there's been some backlash because it's a for-profit company, and some people have questioned the political implications of her involvement.
It's interesting how she's trying to balance business interests with her political legacy.
And she's been quite strategic about it. For instance, she's been promoting books by authors who've been critical of her father, showing some independence.
That must be a delicate balance to strike.
Especially given her recent appearances at her father's events, despite claiming to step away from politics.
She's still maintaining some connection to the political world, then?
Yes, but in a much more limited way. She recently praised her father and husband for their role in the Israel-Hamas ceasefire agreement.
That's quite different from her previous role as a senior advisor.
Absolutely. She's moved from being directly involved in policy to more of a supportive family member role.
Let's talk about her public image. How has that evolved over the years?
It's been quite a transformation. From a fashion brand CEO to White House advisor, and now positioning herself as a business-focused mother.
And her style has changed quite dramatically too, hasn't it?
Yes, there have been notable changes in her appearance over the years, which many have attributed to both natural aging and possible cosmetic procedures.
How has the public responded to these changes?
It's been mixed. Some admire her evolution, while others criticize what they see as careful image manipulation.
And what about her business acumen? How is that viewed now?
Despite controversies, she's shown a consistent ability to identify opportunities, like her current work with Planet Harvest addressing food waste.
That seems to be a strategic move away from fashion and real estate.
Yes, it aligns with current environmental and social responsibility trends while keeping her in the business world rather than politics.
Do you think she'll maintain this distance from politics?
Given her recent statements about hating politics, it seems she's genuinely trying to create a different path for herself.
But she's still making appearances at her father's events.
True, she's walking a fine line between family loyalty and maintaining her own separate identity.
What do you think her legacy will be?
That's complex. She's been both praised for her business achievements and criticized for ethical concerns during her time in government.
And her influence continues to evolve.
Yes, she's shown remarkable adaptability, moving from fashion to politics and back to business, always finding ways to maintain relevance.
What lessons can we learn from her journey?
Perhaps that reinvention is possible, but past actions and associations will always shape public perception.
And her future? What do you see ahead for her?
She seems focused on building a legacy separate from politics while maintaining her business influence through ventures like Planet Harvests.
It's fascinating how she's trying to chart her own course while still being connected to such a powerful political family.
And that might be her biggest challenge, balancing family loyalty with personal ambition and independence.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for joining us on Copilot Podcasts.
It's been fascinating exploring Ivanka Trump's journey from business to politics and back again.
And as her father returns to the White House, it'll be interesting to see how she continues to navigate these complex waters.
Indeed. Her story reminds us that even with privilege and power, finding your own path isn't always straightforward.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time, keep exploring the stories that shape our world.